The calm before the storm. A storm brewing in Port Charles. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Port Charles was known for its dark secrets, steamy relationships, and the passionate hearts of its residents. The spring sun streamed through the windows of the General Hospital, casting light on the often dreary corridors filled with patients and staff. Among them was Lucas Jones, a kind-hearted yet often underestimated man who had weathered his fair share of storms. He worked diligently in the hospital's pharmacy, always ready to lend an ear and share a comforting word with patients and staff alike. However, as cheerful as Lucas appeared on the surface, he was holding onto a secret that threatened to unravel his already fragile world. His brother, Dustin, was in town, and Lucas was both excited and terrified. The brothers had had a complicated relationship, especially since their family had been torn apart by betrayal and misunderstanding. As Lucas sat at his desk organizing medication, he couldn't help but feel a sense of impending doom. The door creaked open, and a familiar face appeared, Lulu Spencer. Her vibrant personality had always been a ray of sunshine in Lucas's life, but today, she looked pale and shaken. "Lucas," she exclaimed, crossing the small office in hurried steps. "You have to help me." Lucas stood up, concern flooding his features. "Lulu, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost." "It's Dante," she said, her voice trembling. "I think he's in danger. I don't know what to do." Lucas's heart raced. Dante Falconeri, Lulu's husband and a police officer, had always been a protector, a bastion of strength. "What do you mean? What happened?" Lulu looked around, as if fearing someone might overhear her. "He's been acting strange lately, distant. I found a message on his phone, something about a case he shouldn't be involved in. He wouldn't tell me the details." Lucas's instinct to protect kicked in. "We should talk to him, find out what's really going on. This sounds serious." Lulu nodded, but her expression was filled with dread. "I'm scared, Lucas. What if he's in deeper than we thought? What if someone's out to hurt him?" Aspirations gave way to unease, even as they decided to pay Dante a visit. As they approached the Falconeri residence, anxiety thrummed in Lucas's chest. He had always cared deeply for Lulu and her family, but the thought of something happening to Dante was terrifying. Lulu knocked on the door, her hand shaking. After a few agonizing moments, Dante opened the door, and Lucas was taken aback by the dark circles under the officer's eyes and the weariness etched into his features. "Lulu? Lucas? What are you doing here?" "Dante, we need to talk," Lulu said, stepping inside. Lucas followed, apprehensive. The room felt charged with unease. "What's going on?" Dante asked, concern lacing his tone. "You both look like you've seen a ghost." Lucas exchanged a glance with Lulu. "We're worried about you. You've been acting differently. Is there something going on at work?" Dante hesitated, glancing at the ground. "It's just a case I'm on. It's been tough. Tell us about it." Lulu pressed, her voice firm. "You don't have to go through this alone." After a long silence, Dante finally relented. "There's a new drug that's been circulating in town. Something dangerous. I've been trying to track down the source, but it's more complicated than I imagined. I think it's connected to some serious criminals." Lucas felt a knot tighten in his stomach. "Is that why you've been so distant? Because you're worried?" Dante nodded, his expression darkening. "I've been getting threats, and I didn't want to scare you both. But they are getting more serious." Lulu gasped. "What do you mean?" "They know I'm onto them." Dante swallowed hard, looking around as if the walls had ears. "I'm not just after small-time dealers. This goes to the top. Then we need to go to the police chief," Lucas suggested. "You can't tackle this alone." Dante shook his head vehemently. "No. I can't put you both in danger like that. If they find out you're involved, I can't let anything happen to you." Lucas could see the resolve in his friend's eyes, but he also sensed the fear lurking behind that bravado. "Dante, you're a good cop, but you can't take this on solo. We're in this together." Lulu stepped closer to her husband. "You have to let us help you. It's what we do. We take care of each other. You can't shut us out." Dante looked back and forth between them, his expression caught between gratitude and frustration. "You don't understand the risks. If they find out, they won't find out if we stick together," Lucas interjected. "We'll work as a team. But you have to trust us." After a long pause, Dante finally nodded, albeit reluctantly. "Okay, but we need a plan. I can't let you both take on the brunt of this. Promise me you'll stay safe." The trio spent the next few hours devising a plan, piecing together what information they could. As Lucas scribbled on a notepad, he felt the weight of the situation press heavily on his shoulders. They were embarking on a troubling path, one filled with uncertainty and danger. Just then, Lucas's phone buzzed. dragging him back to the moment. He checked the screen. It was a message from his brother, Dustin. Need to talk. Urgent. Lucas's stomach dropped, knowing that urgency typically meant trouble. Excuse me for a second. I in the hallway, feeling tension coiling in his gut. He returned Dustin's call. Dustin, what's going on? Lucas, you need to meet me. I don't have time to explain, but it's serious. Can it wait? No, you need to hear this now. Lucas found Dustin waiting outside a coffee shop, a stormy look on his face as he took in Lucas's expression. Something's happened. I can tell. Lulu and Dante are in trouble, Lucas replied, his voice laced with concern. What could be so urgent? Dustin looked around, ensuring they weren't overheard before he spoke. You remember that crisis with drug trafficking that happened a few months ago, the one that nearly took down the whole neighborhood? Lucas frowned. What does that have to do with anything? I have a lead, Dustin said, leaning closer. But it comes with risks. The person I spoke to said that someone in our family may be targeted. Lucas's heart raced. What do you mean? Who? It could be you. It could be me. But more importantly, it might involve Lulu or Dante. They are closer to the investigation than anyone realizes. Lucas paled. We need to warn them. They could be in real danger. Dustin shook his head, his expression grim. We can't panic. First, we need to figure out who is behind this. If we don't, it could cost us everything. Upon returning to the Falconeri residence, Lucas and Dustin shared their troubling news with Lulu and Dante, the atmosphere growing even heavier than before. Lulu's worst fears were becoming reality. The sense of impending doom was palpable. We have to prepare, Dante insisted, pacing back and forth. If they know we're onto them, there's no telling. Lulu nodded, visibly shaken but determined. Whatever it takes, we're in this together. No more secrets. We have to keep one another safe. As days passed, tensions heightened. The once quiet town of Port Charles felt like a pressure cooker, simmering beneath the surface. Lucas, Lulu, and Dante strategized whenever possible, but Lucas couldn't shake the gnawing fear in his gut. Then one evening, the unthinkable happened. After an ordinary day at work, Lucas received a frantic call from Lulu, her voice laced with panic. Lucas, you need to come. Now, where are you? He demanded, urgency gripping him. Dante's not home. There's something. I found something in his files. Just stay where you are. I'm coming. Racing to the Falconeri residence, Lucas's mind raced with possibilities. Was it too late? Had they already gone too far down this rabbit hole? What if something awful had happened to Dante or Lulu? Bursting into the house, Lucas found Lulu frantic, her eyes wide with fear. It's bad, Lucas. I found the evidence Dante was keeping hidden. I think he was about to go undercover, but they might have found out before Lucas could respond. The door flew open, revealing Dante, his expression dark and serious. Lulu, you need to pack a bag. We're leaving. Now what? Why? Lulu asked, her confusion unrelenting. They are after us. If they found the files, they know we're onto them, Dante said, urgency suffusing his voice. Lucas's heart sank. The stakes had become painfully clear. But where do we go? What if they are already here? Dante shook his head. We'll figure it out. But we can't stay here. We need to lay low until we can find a way to turn the tables on them. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and a crash echoed from the back room. They all froze, dread coiling at the base of their stomachs. A voice called from the shadows, icy and threatening. You're not going anywhere, Falconeri. At that moment, the room filled with chaotic energy as three men emerged from the darkness, the glint of weapons catching the light. One stepped forward, a smirk on his face, clearly reveling in the confrontation. We've been waiting for you to make this move. Sloppy, Dante, very sloppy. The room filled with tension, and time seemed to move in slow motion as they assessed the dangerous situation. But Lucas felt a surge of determination. Let them go. You want Dante? You'll have to go through me first. Lulu clutched Lucas's arm. Fear etched on her face. What are you doing? Just trust me, he whispered back. We have to buy time. We can't let them take you. Dante shifted slightly, eyes darting around the room, looking for an escape route. Lucas, you can't. But before he could finish, a loud bang erupted as the front door burst open, and the familiar sound of police sirens filled the air. Dante's friends from the precinct flooded in, joined by Dustin. All wearing tactical gear. Freeze, shouted one of the officers, shocking their opponents into inaction. In the commotion that followed, the criminals were apprehended, their plot foiled. The room erupted into chaos as the officers secured the area. Lucas felt a mix of relief and lingering anxiety, knowing that trouble wasn't far behind. Dante drew in a deep breath, reclaiming his composure. You guys came just in time. Lulu rushed to Dante's side, shaking. Her eyes bore the weight of everything they'd faced. We were scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. We made it through, Dante said softly, wrapping his arms around her protectively. Thanks to Lucas and the others. We'll keep fighting until this is over. Together, Dustin approached, placing a reassuring hand on Lucas's shoulder. You did good, Lucas. You stood your ground when it mattered. Lucas felt a swirl of emotions crash within him. He had faced the darkness, stood firm against the tide, and emerged intact with his loved ones by his side. As the officers began processing the situation, Lucas took a moment to truly breathe it all in. The days that followed were filled with recovery, strength, and a renewed sense of community. With the threat contained, Port Charles began to heal, and so did the bonds between Lucas, Lulu, and Dante. I never thought I could be so scared, Lulu admitted one afternoon as they settled at Kelly's diner, a cozy sanctuary from the chaos outside. Lucas smiled softly. In a place like Port Charles, fear can creep up on the best of us, but it's how we face it together that defines our strength. Dante raised a cup of coffee to family, friends, and staying one step ahead, together, always. With that, they clinked their cups, the sound resonating with hope and resilience. The storm had tested them, but they realized the bonds of love and friendship were stronger than any challenge they could face. As the sun set over the harbor, casting a warm glow over the peaceful landscape, Lucas made a vow to both himself and those he held dear. Life in Port Charles would always present challenges, but love, trust, and unity could carry them through anything. Days turned into months, and while danger still lurked in the shadows, Lucas felt ready to confront whatever came next, bolstered by friendships that had been forged in fire. The world might be uncertain, but their fight for one another would remain unwavering.